Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto news and analysis, and I hope everybody is having a great day or a great night wherever you guys are watching this from. Today we're going to be talking about Ripple and XRP, so with that being said, let's just dive in. Let's talk about a few things. So ultimately, yes, the market doesn't look too bad. We've still been kind of ranging around this 30K zone. I hope that we could kind of build out a support floor here, which I did mention earlier in one of my other videos. Hopefully that does continue to kind of build out around the 30K zone. I know that our daily candle close was a little bit higher than yesterday's. I know that when we talk about where we basically are at here, we've been sitting around like the 30K zone for a little bit of time, and we did hit, a ton of resistance at around 32K. In my opinion, I think that we will most likely continue to see some nice price action movement, throughout this market as we do kind of range on here. We are currently sitting at about like 30.5K. I'm hoping that we can get that nice impulse and move back above like 33K. We'll most likely hit that, wall at about roughly 35K, come down, sweep the lows. That will hurt the market a little bit in terms of altcoins. It will really kind of shake out that last, part of the market, and then we'll ultimately have a recovery rally, which in my opinion will be the last major wave within this market before things really do start to go chaotic in terms of a recession, etc., and things like that. So with that in mind, I definitely am watching a few factors. I told you guys that I am watching the US dollar. On the daily, this has been in a nice downtrend. I know that recently we had that nice spike up all the way to like roughly 102, almost 103, and today we are back down to like roughly 101.75. I'm definitely going to continue to watch this throughout the coming days and also even weeks going forward. I'm really hoping to see, some sort of weakness continue to build out around this range. That way we can really kind of break down to some significant points. I'm definitely eyeing the 200 EMA. As you guys do see, that's that blue line down here at roughly 97.8. That's what I'm watching for very closely at around this range. Now also, of course, indices are one to continue to watch for as well. The Dow Jones wasn't too bad today. Same with, the NASDAQ and the S&P 500. They all were positive. We want this to continue to build back a little bit stronger as well. We want all of these to be back into a major demand zone. The Dow Jones and the S&P 500, I should say more so S&P 500, we've been following a little bit closely too in terms of Bitcoin. So we want to see a major rally within stocks, but it's going to take some time. Honestly, when we talk about things happening even around crypto, there's a select few individuals extremely bullish right now on crypto, while the rest of the market is very uncertain. It's very fearful. I mean, it's crazy out there. Go look at, crypto Twitter, for an example. You could see the emotions building. So to me personally, I'm very excited for this year coming up. I think that it's going to be an incredible year, and you can definitely see things happening around this sector that are definitely pushing, prices of crypto in the future, I should say, to some new highs. Because right now, there's not a lot of price movement, but you guys can see the bullish adoption happening for crypto. All you have to do is really kind of just go on, Twitter and see. And I'm very excited to actually share with you guys some adoption happening in this video as well. But first, I do want to talk to you guys a little bit about a major warning. So just in, the Biden admin is preparing policy to reduce Bitcoin's energy consumption. I actually do believe that in terms of energy consumption and things like that happening around Bitcoin, we've been hearing about these major, all right, it's time to focus on Bitcoin's energy consumption right now. We've been hearing these major articles around this, really kind of fear-mongering, if you will. But we do see down here the Biden administration is reportedly crafting policy recommendations aimed at lessening the energy consumption and emissions footprint of Bitcoin and other proof-of-work cryptocurrencies. I just find it funny that we're continuously seeing these major shifts and policies being, pushed around crypto. In my opinion, do I support Bitcoin in terms of, whatever you really want to call it in terms of like a speculative store of value, or if you want, could it be utilized for payments through the Lightning Network? Technically, yeah, but I'm not going to sit here and say Bitcoin is the future, because I just don't believe that it is. I think that crypto in general is, and I think that a lot of these major DLTs definitely do add into that that category of, the future of crypto. I just don't believe that Bitcoin, will hold its power in terms of, a utility-driven market, if you will. But I do think that when we talk about things in the short term, especially even in the long term too, we should be supporting all crypto and making sure that, again, crypto does succeed. I think that when we talk about Bitcoin, it's easy for Bitcoin to be targeted just simply because of its carbon footprint. And I think that at some point in time, if we talk about like Energy Web token coming in and helping Bitcoin basically become, energy. In terms of like energy consumption and really kind of acknowledging its energy, footprint, I think that Energy Web token could actually solve Bitcoin's energy problem, similar to what they did with, Ripple. If you guys don't know about Energy Web token, definitely do some research on them because I do think that that is also a significant token. Now, I do want to talk to you guys about a few things happening around the SEC lawsuit. So we actually do hear nothing like a good old-fashioned in-person hearing to get the blood moving. June 7th, game on. And this is actually pretty big. So we actually seen an official announcement about an in-person review of the Hinman documents. These are those Hinman emails. These are significant. So we actually just hear a conference scheduled for Tuesday, June 7th, 2022 at 3 p.m. To discuss the SEC's renewed assertion of the attorney-client privilege as to internal documents related to Hinman's June 14th, 2018 speech. There was also a few things happening around Hinman's emails. I don't know specifically if those are going to be incorporated in here, but I definitely do hope that they are. But it looks like it's more so going to focus on the speech, so I do apologize for that. I thought this was around the Hinman emails, but it's actually just around the speech in general. But it's still something significant to watch for. I think that this is going to be something to continue to, really kind of see unfold. I do think that if we could see, an in-person review of the emails as well, I think that that could be something pretty significant as well. But I definitely say, start with the speech, move on to the emails. I think that, these are two specific areas that we need to focus on because they are, I would say key to this case as well. So definitely a big date and also time to look forward to. I'm definitely going to be looking forward to this date and time. Now, also, I do want to talk to you guys about the flood. So we actually see from Crypto Airy, here comes the professional flood. JP Morgan in Singapore opens the gate with creation of permission liquidity pool / tokenized bonds and deposits DeFi borrowing and lending on a public blockchain-based network through execution of smart contracts. Now, I actually want to talk to you guys a little bit about this because we've been seeing a lot of, shift happening around DeFi offering, but also institutional grade offerings within, the DeFi sector and crypto sector in general. I'm actually very excited for this. I think that when we talk about, again, regulations are a key that really is held up to a lock that is holding out massive amounts of money as well as major names within the financial sector. I'm actually looking forward to seeing, where, regulations essentially takes this market. I know that I always kind of compare crypto to like the traditional markets because they're already at $100 trillion plus market cap valuation. When we talk about, crypto, we'll most likely get to $100 trillion by around 2030. I've talked to you guys about that multiple times. I do think that when we talk about, where we basically are headed, that $100 trillion mark in terms of, crypto market cap in general is something that we are definitely aiming for. You got to remember that we added $1 trillion to market capitalization in 1 quarter alone. We could definitely do that again, and we could actually add a lot more, market capitalization to that figure in a very short amount of time. Now let's talk about a few things. So first off, I want to talk to you guys a little bit about, adoption happening specifically around the institutional grade area. So we actually had from Finance Feeds, Fidelity Digital Assets, the cryptocurrency unit of Boston-based Fidelity Investments, plans to double its staff in locations such as Dublin, Boston, and Salt Lake City, citing high demand for its services from institutional investors. And we actually do see here Fidelity's crypto AIM adds 210 positions as institutional demand surges. We're seeing a major demand area around institutional investors. This is also why I say, pay attention to adoption happening, because although, like I said, the price is stifled of crypto right now, we're basically at the standstill. And I do think that the best way to shake out retail hands is just, time in general. I think that a lot of people really kind of disregard time in the market instead of timing the market. I think that time in the market is so much better than trying to time the market. But also, again, when we talk about things happening in crypto, I just seen in the past year alone, this year specifically, in the last 6 months, I've seen a major shift happen in crypto. First off, the price has been completely terrible. In terms of price action for crypto, we've basically been on a downtrend, and when we talk about that, it's been building in terms of uncertainty and fear around this market. Everybody has been calling for a bear market. We've heard the term bear market 100 times at least in just the last week alone. And when we talk about things like that, I've been keeping my eye on the ball, which is institutional grade area. Institutional grade funds have been funding into, or I should say flowing into crypto. And when we talk about that, I've been telling you guys multiple times on Twitter, I've been tweeting about it. I've been saying, as everybody is so fearful, we've been seeing, again, massive amounts of accumulation happening. I even said, retail is scared. Institutions are bullish. I said this multiple times. I've actually continued to tell you guys that we need to pay attention to things that are happening. I said here, while everyone debates on whether we go lower or higher, we have seen record numbers of accumulation happening from institutional players. You could sit around and scream, bear this, bull that. I really don't care for it. I pay attention to the actual factors. And the actual factors are, institutional grade clients are extremely bullish on Bitcoin and even on crypto in general. I know that a lot of them kind of focus on Bitcoin and Ethereum, but in my opinion, it's just crypto in general, right? Cryptocurrency as a whole is extremely bullish. Anything that's bullish for Bitcoin, by the way, and Ethereum is usually bullish for altcoins because it will actually push the market significantly no matter how you look at it. Also, it does open the doors for more and more retail individuals to jump in as they hear the news on, mainstream media outlets, and then of course they jump in, they invest, and then they tell their friends, and it's just a massive domino effect. Now, also, I want you guys to understand that we definitely are focused on a lot of things happening around, crypto in general, but there is something that we should really kind of be focused on, and that is on-demand liquidity. So we actually do see here from Crypto Area yet again. Now, I'm actually going to be doing a full breakdown of this video, and I'm actually going to be talking to you guys a little bit more in depth on things happening around on-demand liquidity in a second video. I don't know if that video is going to go live today or if it's going to go live tomorrow, but I definitely want to talk to you guys a little bit about that. But I want you guys to listen closely to this.
Vlad, this is a competitive game, and we're clearly not the only people thinking about how you move money across borders faster, more efficiently. One thing we're very focused on is that it has taken a long time and a lot of work to put together the network that we have. And because we've done it the right way, we've chosen the right partners in the right markets that are trusted partners, that are well respected, on the right side of the authorities, AML, KYC, everything taken care of. And so you can't put that together overnight and offer a global product with payout in 70 plus countries just because you're flipping on a switch somewhere. And so I do think that's a competitive advantage. It's up to us to make sure that we're taking people on the journey of adoption as fast as possible. And so our biggest focus as a company around the RippleNet business is this OKR of volume. And we need to be driving volume of ODL through the system and opening new corridors, new countries. And one of the ways you do that, by the way, Zach, which we've not talked a lot about, is just the regulatory push around. We talked about Singapore as a good example of a place that's doing it right, but we also need to be everywhere in the world in the dialogue with regulators, educating, leaning forward, making sure they understand why this should be beneficial to them and their economies and ultimately their people. And if we can open up more markets, certainly this volume number continues to go the right way.
And I want you guys to understand that it's the regulatory push that will get us to those record numbers. On-demand liquidity is going to be a huge focus point. Volume, in terms of this, is the focus. That volume is something pretty significant. We're talking trillions. We're talking aiming for trillions. Things will happen. It's going to take time. But we've been seeing a ton of record numbers actually being pushed towards that area. Regulations definitely are the area to focus on right now, though. I do think that this case is going to be that regulatory shift that really kind of pushes us to that point. I want you guys to understand that right now we should all be focused on either this case and or the library case, because they are both cases that are kind of around the same exact thing that the XRP case has been formulated from. So we're definitely focused on both of these cases. We're focused on regulatory shift because that regulatory shift is going to open the doors for cascading amounts of volume. So with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on if you guys want more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. As it's up to you all. Have a beautiful day or beautiful night wherever you guys are in this beautiful world. This has been Nick. Peace out, guys.